a lot of opportunity for visitors to come down here. A lot of beaches that are not yet affected or will not be affected.
I'm also going to ask people to start taking pictures of their skin rashes and blisters. This is coming in from surfers now and from the Turtle Watch volunteers as well as the workers.
I see you're here with your children. Yeah, we got Charlie 4 and Reed 2. And you guys are in the water and no worries.
No, not really. You know, some initial concerns about the dispersants, but I don't, you know, it's hard to know if they're here or not. So we haven't seen any oil or anything like that.
So hot out here. Unbelievably hot. What happened?
I saw these things floating on top of the water that looked like leaves, and I picked up one of them, and it's tar.
Well, the thing that I'm concerned about, first of all, is the loss of life. We're going to see the oil rains affecting crops. We're already hearing that. We're getting reports. I mean, I get literally dozens and dozens of reports a day from people in hospitals, medical facilities throughout the whole Gulf Coast of people getting sick, the respiratory.
Yeah, I was going to say they're having trouble breathing, aren't they?
Yes, and see, that's the thing, because breath is life. And, you know, it's almost like a choking event. Now, obviously, there are missing links in the whole story of what really happened to the Gulf oil platform. You know, for instance, the crew of 14 men that shows up that have never been seen on the platform again. I think Jack McClam just broke a story that his sources are saying.
7 workers who've been cleaning up the oil spill admitted to this hospital in West Jefferson, Louisiana, complaining of headaches, dizziness, shortness of breath. Some were brought by helicopter from the Gulf.
They are the most dangerous place that they could have possibly been.
Oil, as it evaporates, can give off toxic vapors, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. The chemicals can enter deep within the lungs and the bloodstream. Not only is there oil in these waters, but also dispersants, the chemicals used to break up the oil. According to the manufacturer of the dispersants, they can irritate the respiratory tract. The label warns avoid breathing vapor. Dr. Erwin Redlener is head of the National Center for Disaster Preparedness at Columbia University. Are you worried about the health of these cleanup workers?
I am definitely worried about the health of the cleanup workers. I'm getting an eerie reminder of 9/11, when we let workers just sort of be for unlimited amounts of time on the pile down in New York.
Redlener says breathing in the dispersants can make someone feel like they're having a severe asthma attack, and long-term,
the longer they're exposed, the more we don't know about effects, let's say, on the kidney or the blood system.
I should just stress, though, that not only do we have the required training in personal protective equipment that's required for this job, we also do extensive monitoring for what are called VOCs, or volatile organic compounds.
Clint Guidry, friend of the hospitalized cleanup workers.
They did not afford them the protection of respirators or supplied air, which I have been asking for almost 3 weeks.
Can I ask a quick question? I can't. In regards to what? I can't answer anything. We have a certain person you have to
Where to have lunch?
Are they still using dispersants in the water? I have no idea.
How's it looking out there?
Are you recording?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you'll turn your camera off, I'll tell you what I see.
You see it. I mean, it's raining oil. It is literally raining oil right here in River Ridge. Very heavy rainstorm came through, and you can see this is oil. Is this not crazy, dude?
Yeah, man, I got down.
And you can smell it. We're smelling the oil. It's everywhere, all the way on the city sidewalk, which means it's all over the grass. Just all over the street. Unbelievable. No, but it's all everywhere. All over. Look at this. And it's thick over there. It's like we've seen in the Gulf, foaming.
It's a potential combination of disasters, one natural, one man-made, should a tropical system cross paths with the oil spill in the Gulf.
We're watching the hurricane season very, very closely.
It's a season that forecasters predict will be an active one. Already, there's an area of disturbed weather in the Caribbean Sea, with the potential to develop and move into the Gulf. But so far, there are no firm plans in place for what to do should a storm approach the spill.
We're discussing that with BP and the folks that are down at the Area Unified Command in New Orleans.
It's a plan under scrutiny from both local and state officials who say the initial plans offered up by BP were simply not good enough.
There isn't a plan. That we're in the working stages of that now, getting BP to look at that process and to put those plans in place.
They've gotten more specific on their timelines. Now we're asking them to get more specific and get finalized agreements on staging areas and evacuation sites to make sure they've got enough capacity and they're not depending on resources that others may also be depending upon.
It makes planning for it more difficult.
Alex Kolker is an adjunct professor at Tulane University's Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences. He says a hurricane could affect the spill in several ways, mainly because of how it would churn up the sea.
I'm the only person here in the water line, and you see the water bubbling. It's probably the reason. I've never seen anything like this in the Gulf. Look how the water's bubbling. There's definitely something in it that's causing it to do this.
And it's absolutely astounding to me watching what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico and the full implication of what this means, not just for the South, but for the Earth, because we have punctured the Earth in such a way that this time is going to be serious. We've finally done something which will be appropriate for 2012, for the end times, because we have finally done it. We finally have done something which is going to cause world chaos. And it won't happen, I'm telling you. I feel that it's not going to reach its pinnacle till about April or May of next year. Because up till and with all of this going on, we're having riots in Los Angeles to celebrate the Lakers winning, and the people are just there's no words to explain why. I'm looking at the end of this country coming, and the complete collapse, not just of the economy, of the air, of the water, of the seas, of the earth. And it's coming. It's quickly moving now. And I understood the implications when I first heard this. I realized that they have finally done something that they're not going to be able to cover up, and which with time is going to become the most awesome, destructive, apocalyptic event in the human history. We have no idea in the world what is coming now on the earth, because we have done something we cannot fix.
My child broke out in a rash the first time. I took her to Florida for 4 days. It magically cleared up. I brought her back. She broke out again. I left. She cleared up. Now, today, she's broke out again. Not to mention that my beautiful, healthy, straight-A student, gorgeous daughter, has a double ear infection, upper respiratory problems. I left and went to Baton Rouge, and as I drove back home, clearing the throat, the stickiness, the upper respiratory irritation, we have got to call for an evacuation of our area. We cannot allow our citizens to sit like we're out in the middle of it. This stuff's on all three sides of my home. I walk outside and there's a haze. They're called bad air days. Folks, stay inside, put your air conditioner on recirculation. Everything's just fine. Why do we need to lock ourselves up in our house? You really think that's going to cut it? Do you really think that's going to make the situation better? No, it's not. Where do you think air comes from that's in the house? Outside the house. These people, they never cease to amaze me. The lack of humanity here.
Mystery is unfolding across Mid-South farms. Something is killing crops, trees, even weeds, and nobody seems to be able to explain why.